Hello guys, just thought I'd make a little video here of some of my Sega Saturn games. Obviously this isn't my whole collection, but I just thought I'd show off my horror and action adventure collection, which I've been trying to get for quite some time. I am missing a few titles out of that collection that I really want, which is Atlantis, Riven, which is the sequel to Myst, and Exhumed, and I think maybe a few others that I can't remember off the top of my head. But I think I've got a pretty decent horror and action adventure collection at the moment, so just thought I'd show it off and talk a little bit about some of the games. So first off is Frankenstein Through the Eyes of a Monster, starring Tim Curry. It's a really good game. Plays out a bit like Myst. You get still screens, and wherever you want to go, wherever the arrow will let you point to, it switches to the next still. And obviously you get Tim Curry popping up doing these mad little speeches. Fantastic music, loads of puzzles. It's a horror puzzler. Really, tight gameplay. Let's get a close up of some of those pictures on the back. It's really worth getting. I would say it is quite rare. You don't come across this game all too often, and like I said, it is a really good horror puzzler. Some really good puzzles in there. Really richly atmospheric game. So you're going to be paying quite a high price for this game when it does pop up. I paid £25 for it, and I think it's worth every single penny. And obviously you can expect to pay between £20 and £30 for it. Now, as I say, it's really atmospheric, really good game. So if you do come across this and you're trying to get a horror and action adventure collection on the Sega Saturn, obviously you're going to want to go for this because it doesn't come up all too often. This game doesn't really need any introduction, but Resident Evil. Obviously first it appeared on the PlayStation, but this is no lazy port. This is not a lazy port in any way, shape, form. This is a really polished port of the PlayStation version. Obviously the only difference between the Sega Saturn version and the PlayStation version is the graphics. The PlayStation version has sharper, slightly more detailed graphics, whereas the Saturn version, obviously the graphics are a bit blockier, they ain't as sharp, but I mean the gameplay, the atmosphere, the music, it's just fantastic on the Saturn. Everything's been ported. Like I say, the only difference is in the graphics really. The Saturn version, interestingly enough has extra monsters in it that didn't appear in the PlayStation version, and it's got a kind of arcade style mode in it, which I haven't played, but there you go. I haven't played all this all the way through. I'm still playing it at the moment, so, and I'm absolutely loving it at the moment, because when this was first released I played it on the PlayStation back in the day and I did not like it one bit. The reason why I didn't like it was because of the loading screens. When you go into the next room and you get a picture of the door loading, or you're going down the stairs and you get that slow picture of you going down the stairs, and I just couldn't get on with the pace of the game with that going on, and I just didn't like it when I was a kid. But I'm playing it now, and obviously my tastes have changed quite somewhat since then, and I'm absolutely loving it now. I really appreciate for what it is, and yeah, I'm loving it. And you're definitely going to want to play this if you've got a Sega Saturn and you're trying to do a horror action adventure collection like me. So this isn't particularly rare. You can come across this quite often, so expect to pay between £5 and £15 for it. It's worth every single penny, and that's Resident Evil. Next up is Toriko, or Lunacy as it's called. This is a fantastic game. Again, I haven't played this one all the way through. I've only played like the first half an hour of it, but you know, it is a fantastic game. I can see that. Great voice acting actually for the time, you know, considering. Great graphics, really good music, great storyline. If there was one gripe to this game, I'd say it's the lip sync. The speech doesn't match up with the characters' lips, which is only a small detail. You can kind of overlook it because, like I said, it is an exceptional game. Plays out a bit like D, but obviously a bit more gameplay and a bit more storyline to it. I'd say it is quite rare. It does pop up every once in a blue moon. I paid about £20 for it. I'd say it's worth between 15 and 25. You definitely want to go and pick this up. It's a great little kind of action puzzler thing, so yeah, check that out, man. Next up is one of my favourite games, D. I don't know, I think D's kind of got a bad rep over the years. People have said, oh, it ain't that good, they ain't got much gameplay in it, but I can agree with the fact that it hasn't got too much gameplay in it, but you know, what it doesn't have in gameplay it makes up for in bags and bags of atmosphere. So basically in D, you'll be in an area, you solve a puzzle, you move on to the next area, you solve a puzzle in that area and move on to the next, and so on and so forth. And that's basically it until you get to the end, and it is a fantastic game. Let's get some things of pictures on the back. It is a fantastic game. It's quite a short game. It's only about 2 hours long, but it's worth every penny. It isn't that rare, you know. There's always a few copies floating about, so expect to pay between, I don't know, £10 and £15. It is worth every penny, but I must say the pace of the game is really, really slow. So if you're not prepared to play this game at a snail's pace, then and you're into more really fast actiony games, this might not be the game for you. You've got to know what you're getting with D, but as I say, it is really good to check it out.